All right, welcome to week 6 of Document Your Faith Project. Our prompt this week is hand. And the reason that it is hand is because of a story out of First Kings. So in the meantime, while we're discussing the story, I'm going to be tracing my hand. We're going to be doing a technique today where basically it's super simple. All you need is a pencil or pen and your hand. And you don't even need your hand. You could draw a hand. But the whole point is we're going to make it look 3D on our page. So as we are tracing the hand, my hand, I want to review with you just really quickly this story, 2 Kings 23, or actually 1 Kings 13, we see the story. And the story is a prophet who is talking about a time when the altar would be desecrated in 2 Kings 23. Anyway, Jeroboam, he basically tried to stop the prophet from telling the story, and God withered his hand. And then the altar was ripped apart, ashes were pouring out. God just did these miraculous things. The prophet actually interceded for Jeroboam, and God restored the wholeness of his hand. So Jeroboam saw all these really deep, good, strong miracles of God, and he still struggled with confidence and belief. So that's kind of what we're going to be talking about today, and how we, even though we have seen God's God's might and power, still kind of do the same thing. So let's talk about what I'm doing now with my hand picture. Basically what I'm doing is on one side of the outline of the hand, I'm drawing a line that goes straight across. I don't know if you can see really well because it is pencil. I'm going to outline it in pen in a little bit and you'll be able to see it better. Then when you get to the hand itself, I'm just making a little bit of a curved line. That's all it is. So straight line, curved line, straight line again. And that is what I'm going to do all the way up my hand. Okay. Now, in the meantime, back to the story. The story tells us how God showed himself in big ways, and he still does, which is really, really a cool thing. There are evidences of God's grace in your life. I know there are, and in my life. And what we are called to do is remember those frequently. Remember those, remember what God has done for our lives, and then respond to that with obedience and with worship for him. Okay, so let's finish our hand. All right, so when I'm going to the fingers, if you notice, I'm just going kind of across. The fingers are curved and the lines on the opposite sides are still straight, and the same with the middle. Now, this does not have to be exact. Don't let the fact that it's not exactly right stop you from having fun and doing this technique. So some lines are further apart than others. What I have decided to do was I made my lines on my palm, on my hand part, wider than the part on my fingers, because I'm going to actually journal on those lines at the end. So you can do it really tight, and that actually makes it look more 3D. But honestly, I really wanted to use it as a page to journal my prompt. All right, now that I have it all there, and you can kind of already see how the hand is 3D a little bit. See how kind of fun that is? I'm going to go ahead and go over it with my black pen and to make it darker, and before I do my journaling. I'm not going to outline the hand itself. I'm just going to outline the lines that I made. Whew. All right, the whole time I'm doing that relatively mindless task, I'm reflecting on the things that God has done for me. Now I'm just going to erase my pencil mark, and if you notice, I'm going to actually erase the pencil mark of the hand itself, and you'll see what it looks like in the end. right, now that I have that done, I am just going to gather up some colored pens because this is all black and white, and I'm just going to add some color. And when I have my colored pens together, I'm going to basically journal in the hand itself some of the things that God has been gracious to me in providing, and that I then will turn around and worship Him for. I've included things on my page like, of course, my salvation at the top, my family, my husband, my children, my job, which allows me to provide for them, friendships, health protection, just some general things. And at the bottom, I am outlining another truth, just that God is good, just as a reminder that even though I, like everyone else, has struggles and trials, I have been mightily blessed, and so have you. I'm then adding just a little bit more journaling to the page. I'm adding just a question on what God has done for me as a reminder of what I'm documenting here. And then a reminder that this is why I worship and serve Him. And in between the little fingers, I've put no other choice, because that is truly what I believe. I must worship Him because of His grace, if nothing else, because of His grace of salvation alone. So let's put our page in the book, shall we? And here we are, a tangible and unique representation of God's grace in my life based on a story from Kings. It's your turn.